what's going on? Muriel from the Sunshine Family with a new video about life in Costa Rica, about my life in Costa Rica. Hopefully it inspires you to come and live in Costa Rica yourself. I'm not sure what was the purpose of that you went onto YouTube to look for information about Costa Rica life, but you stumbled upon me. My name is Muriel. I'm so glad you found my video because I make all my videos about everything I've learned myself after I moved to Costa Rica from the Netherlands with my husband and 2 kids in 2018. Thanks to that, we were able to close our laptops back there and open them here and maintain our business. So thanks to the many questions over time, people ask me, how did you do this? How did you do that? I decided, you know what? I'm here now anyways. Oh look, there goes my dog. I'm gonna teach everything and share everything on my channel. I make a YouTube channel, so this is the result. So I'm really glad you're here. And today it's all about showing you a not average life in Costa Rica, which I believe I have, which hopefully can give you ideas on about what's possible. Before I'm gonna share some value here about what to think about, what to expect, some do's and don'ts. I have an open invite. Subscribe to my channel. You can do that by hitting that little pop-up you see around my head now, or a little bit, whoops, now my dogs are playing. Or this little icon on the screen, and hit the bell icon so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. That is always Costa Rica Expat, Costa Rica live related. And that also serves me because the more subscribers, the more I'm motivated to make more videos. And please leave your suggestions or questions below in the comments. I'm always happy to hearing from my viewers. I make this channel for you. I'm happy to serve you. So, life in Costa Rica. Number one, what I've learned is there is not a specific life in Costa Rica. I've met so many different types of people after moving to Costa Rica that I think that there's not an average life in Costa Rica. You can create a life the way you want it. Literally, I'm not saying your life should look like mine. How does my life look like in Costa Rica? Well, I live here with my 2 growing up kids. We work online from our own property. It's mortgage free. We have 180 minus 3 mango trees because we're planting fruit trees there. And our kids do online school. We work from home online. So I think overall that's not super average. Most people I know have a job or a brick and mortar business or are retired, and more digital nomads are coming. So I'm meeting more and more people. But what is also our life fact is that we have a big property, 5.5 acres, 2.5 hectares, which means that there's a lot possible. Now, a lot of people I know, they buy a big piece of property, they just say, okay, landscapers, architect, pull everything out and put this in, or have everything done by workers, constructors, gardeners, whatsoever. Now, we are a bit weird, perhaps. I don't know if that's us or that's because we're from the Netherlands, but we love to be on our own. We didn't know exactly what we wanted. I believe life in Costa Rica, you cannot really plan everything. Some things just grow over time. So we decided, you know what, we're gonna live here. That's why we bought the buses. We used the existing house, which is the orange thing there, which I painted orange, by the way. It's my favorite color. And let's use what we have and then decide if and where we're gonna build our dream house, which we were planning to buy, to build right there in the back of the land. So that was plan A, to be able to move on our own mortgage-free property as soon as possible, using what's in good state. More or less good state was the house, but we had to rebuild the kitchen and to take out some walls, etc., etc. But it worked. But because we were 4 people, the house was a little bit too small, so Dirk made a joke about it. So this is just all reflection of my life. Let's buy a bus for Nick. So my youngest child is a boy, 11 years old. He was 8 back then. So he said, yeah, can I have a bus? Sure. So we bought him a bus to extend the space of the small Tico house. Why not, right? This is a weird life perhaps, but this is us. Giving us the space to think about what dream house do we want, etc., etc., to get to know the land, to get to know how the ground is. So we did everything step by step. And with one bus, Dirk decided, you know what, I can get a discount, we can get 2 buses. Why don't we just have a workspace in the house and have our own bus as well? And that's where we're going to sleep. So Nick has a bus that's over here. And then back there, this is like our outdoor space. And right there is our sleeping space. And that is our bus with a nice patio, and we're planting stuff. So now we have 2 extended spaces. This is welcome in our life in Costa Rica. This is our outdoor space. So Dirk built this roof. And we're just actually, it's an ongoing project. In the distance, behind those 2 big apple trees, you see some white stuff. There's a little casita. There's the casita 1-person house for Dirk's mom, which is new constructed by a construction team. So that was a nice trial to see how that goes. It's a 1-bedroom apartment, no, house. What is the matter? So, you know, our life in Costa Rica was totally not planned. We didn't plan to buy property, but it happened to come on our path. And we just went from there. One thing I do know is that you can create the life you wanted if you don't want to construct yourself like you see Dirk doing, right? You see him cutting trees. And by the way, we're not taking out all the trees. Don't worry, we have so many monkeys living on our property. But there are really not a lot on that side somehow. They're more or less around the house here and in the back. So we're keeping all the trees, of course, where they use to go from A to B. But I know people, they live in the city in Costa Rica. They love Santa Ana, San Jose, and they love that life. They love to have Walmart close, and I really don't care about that. If I need it, I go there, and I can do without. I see the luxury of life in Costa Rica, living in the bigger city. But I love my life here in this area, close to Santa Teresa, but I live outside of Santa Teresa about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the state of the road and how the weather is. And I wanted to sit here, but I see some ants. Let's see if that's working. And but you literally can create a life the way that you want it in Costa Rica. You can rent a house. You can even house sit. I am chatting with a coaching student. By the way, if you want to know what I'm doing online, right? And you're like, you know, I love your video and the content, but I'm also curious about what you teach online. I have my own coaching program. I created an ebook, 7 Steps to Move to Costa Rica. I created a digital course called The Roadmap to Freedom, and that is free. You can get access. In the description below is a world of information. So don't hesitate to scroll below my video and learn more about what I teach and what programs I use myself and that I truly recommend. This is my pet rescue, Lucky. He is part of our life in Costa Rica as well, and we decided to have some dogs, and now we have some dogs. So if you want to live in your own property, it's possible. You want to just rent a small house and go from place to place, and you're more like, I want to live everywhere in Costa Rica, it's possible. If you want to live in Costa Rica, no one is telling you stay in one place forever. And if you want to move to Costa Rica, don't tell yourself that you never can leave Costa Rica again. If people ask me, hey, you want to live in Costa Rica? You want to live forever in Costa Rica? I always say, I never say never, and I never say ever. So let's see. For now, we're really loving it. The kids do really great. Our son, they started with international school, but then COVID hit in and the schools closed, so we pulled them out and enrolled them in online learning, since we were working online from our own property anyways. But now they're loving it so much, and I made some videos about school options in Costa Rica and how to integrate online learning for kids. But anyways, this is just an impression video about, yeah, call it the weirdness of my life. Sometimes I think, look, I'm a gypsy. Who sleeps in a bus? Well, I do. Not because I cannot afford to build a house. It's just because it's convenient. I'm also not liking being fully living in the back of my property, not knowing what's happening in the front. that's a luxury problem because it's really big. But yeah, so far, you know, it's really amazing, and I see so many priorities. So don't pin yourself on that there's one way of life possible after you move to Costa Rica. There are many, and give yourself the chance to discover which way fits you best, right? Be honest to yourself, and take as little as stuff as possible in order for give yourself the chance to discover your perfect type of life in Costa Rica. A lot of people now are shipping in containers full of stuff, including their cars, etc. But trust my word, a lot of stuff, of that stuff, including cars, are not fit in specific areas. If you have a car that's really close to the road, don't come and live close to Santa Teresa. Your car will break. Sell your car and buy a Costa Rica Santa Teresa proof car. Why do you think we drive in those old-timer mechanic cars? Because it is rough here. The roads are rough here. So a lot of stuff is handy, but it can also be a blockade for you to discover or to rent a house that is furnished and really where the furniture is created for the house. I lived in an awesome built house for 8 months. It's the house that I also made a video about. It's rented out, by the way, to an amazing family. The furniture was created for that house. So if you come here to move and live in Costa Rica with a container full of stuff, you can forget it. There's no room and space for your stuff here in this rental house because often the house owners don't want to take that stuff out. So make it easy on yourself. Give yourself a break. Give yourself an open mind. Don't bring too much stuff. We brought 2 suitcases and a backpack each. That was all, including our laptop businesses and our smartphones. You don't need that much if you can work as a digital nomad. And that doesn't mean that you have to drag yourself around all the time. That can just mean that you can work from anywhere. For yourself is always best, is what I preach and teach my students, because look at what's happening in Australia right now. People cannot leave their houses. People cannot go to their own business. People cannot go to their jobs. People are losing their businesses jobs. So how about working remotely and abroad in Costa Rica? Life in Costa Rica is good that way. It's what I always preach. So think about what you truly want. And I hope, again, that my video inspires you about that any life is possible. Luxurious, high-end life. Having a billionaire house on a beautiful hill, and by the whole hill it's possible. There's lots of stuff available, and buying a little lot if you have a little bit of savings, and buy a bus and live in a bus and just build everything in your bus. This is just for sleeping, but you can, I know families, they live in a bus and it's low budget, right? So much stuff is possible. Now, let me know if you have any questions. Let me end my video with that. And I want to thank you for watching. It's always a pleasure. Look at the beautiful colors in the sky. It's like pinkish. I love that. I love my life in Costa Rica. Looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Pura vida. This was Muriel from the Sunshine Family, and this was Lucky. Lucky, say bye. He does it. Ciao. Lucky, Lucky, Lucky. Aanpakop. New tree. My handyman.
Whee!
Good working shoes, man. Okay.
Safety first.
Bad example. Don't practice this at home.
Got a tree on your flip-flops.
Got a tree on your flip-flops. Don't do it, okay? New tree. And this is going to be planted in as well.